Hola, 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 hola. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I am late. I'm starting behind. I knew that Lizzie wasn't going to be here today. She is heading to Niagara. She's probably already there. Um, when I set up the live, I did set it up on her channel and completely forgot. And clearly, she hasn't removed the Love is in the Air information. So, how are you guys doing? Let's see. I know that this gave you guys time to finish your purchases. I always kick it off with what's the weather like in your, but I'm gonna start with what was in your cart. Who bought what? Who got what? I don't want to hear nothing about a no buy or low buy, a discount buy. I want to hear who spent and why you guys are letting me know if you bought, why you didn't buy, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hear the why I didn't buy. Um, let me go to the chat and say good morning and hello to everybody. Gail, good morning, my Gail. Love you. Hi, Denise. How are you today? Sue, my Sue. How you doing, Sue? Missing you, Sue. I'm doing good. Oh, everyone's saying hello. That was me. Give me a few moments. Bonnie's in the house. Hi, Bonnie. Hey, Mary. How are you feeling? Are you up and about? Doing a little bit better? Hi, Robin. Let's see. Matt's up and in the house. Matt, we gave you a couple extra hours to sleep today, so I hope you up and ready. uh, I didn't get anything this morning. I will wish list a couple for now. What? I almost bought the Dragon Virtuoso, but I didn't, and it sold fast. Okay. Good day, cuz. How you doing, Tammy? Uh, thumbs up for Lizzie's channel also. Look at you. Lizzie probably won't be joining in, but I did run it from her channel. And the reason why I set it up under hers, it'll broadcast to mine as well. So I appreciate everybody that's joining from Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction. But if she was on the road and wanted to kind of join from her phone, which, she was kind of debating and things like that, it would have been a lot easier for her to do just by logging into her own channel and things like that. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking like a wild woolly bear. Um, no excuse, after a shower, you blow dry your hair and things like that. I haven't gone the extra mile and things. I think I told someone years ago it takes hours for my hair to not only blow dry, but then to flat iron it. And I asked anybody out there, that was back when my hair touched the top of my bum. It's definitely not that long anymore, but I had a volunteer. Her name is Melinda, and Melinda said if she had ever come this way, she would do my hair. So I'm gonna hold her to that. I'm gonna hold her to it. Um, so we were talking about descending on Wichita. I asked her how far away she was from Wichita, and she was telling me it's not too far, like about 5 hours. And then she asked me, how far am I? And I was like, oh, about a couple of hours. She was like, I would have thought you were further. I said, yeah, by air, I knew that she meant drive wise, but I was still teasing her. Anyway, let's see. Continuing down, you were late and I got bored, so I got no worries, Matt. I was a bit late though. Cheryl's in the house. I picked up 3. What did you get? There is Rebecca. Save your wallet until I show you. Oh, that's right. So craftedandcrimedaily.com has some new releases, special announcements. Please make sure you guys tune in. She goes live at 11 Central, 9 Pacific. And so I did know that she had some, I'm not going to spoil the thunder or anything like that. I want everybody to tune in and share in the good news. So make sure you guys stay tuned and, hear some of the good news, but it's exciting. Matt says, well, points. I got cat beard. I got the second rainbow wolf because I have the first and I had to have the set, I guess. That's right. That's how you talk. we're going to enable you. Of course, you have to have the set. Mary says, I'm doing good. I'm just tired of this soft food diet. We want you to heal, Mary. We can't have you chugging down chunks of steak yet, okay? So enjoy your mashed potatoes. Just butter them up real good. Think of all of us. Have the stuff we can't have. Have mashed potatoes. Have overcooked pasta. Just enjoy. Unfortunately, the pasta has to have meat sauce, not actual meat. But, think about us. Add a little seasoning to it. Basil, thyme, rosemary, oregano, and really enjoy it. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn's in the house. Matt, now you are collecting series like the rest of us. I told y'all last fall we was going to work on that. We was going to get him enabled up because he was like, I don't have a stash and things like that. We're going to help you. We're going to give you reasons to buy. And then I told him we're going to help him find money. He started finding money on his own now. So Matt's ready for this. So here we go. Everybody's telling me what the weather's like in their neck of the woods. Make sure you drop it down in the chat. It's helpful these days. So right now it is going to be 87 degrees Fahrenheit here in Vegas. I can't remember what that is. I want to say that's like 29, 30-ish. I have to look it up. Celsius. I usually know, Fahrenheit and Celsius because I got a lot of homies in Canada and I like to, speak their ease also. So let me look it up. Let me look it up and let's see. 87F. There we go. Oh, it was right on the money. It's 30, almost 31. So 30.55, 31 degrees Celsius, just to give you guys an idea. There you go. So now Matt says, did you know about the new YouTube collaboration thing? Not sure if it's for live or videos only. Everyone gets the views and watch stats as well. Would be great for you too. Oh, man, thank you. No, I did not know that. Oh, I definitely have that series collector mentality. Birds and Winter Kings now. Lots of Spangler too. But he has way too many to collect. He does now. I remember when we met him, he came to one of our retreats down in Texas. And he told us his story, and he got me in the fields. One of the things that he said was that, he came into his infamy, I guess the better way to say it, later in life. He had always been an artist. He had always enjoyed artwork and creating and things. And, he had started the puzzle route and things. It didn't even dawn on me. But yeah, a lot of the pictures and things like you'll see, they do. They mesh well with puzzles. They turn them into cross-stitch projects and things. And then, they proof them and put the proofs in picture frames and stuff. So, Tia, did you see that supposed to high 99 in Vegas? That's hot for March. It's definitely hot for March. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It's 87 now, so it doesn't shock me that it's going to get into the 90s and things. More of a reason why I ended up with bronchitis. So it was in the 80s. It dropped to the high 70s, then it was back up into the 80s. And then we had like 3 or 4 days of like 57, 58. It just wasn't breaking 60 at all. My son said he felt like it dropped into the high 40s during those 3 days. I don't go anywhere when it's too cold. Like, whoa, did you feel that? As soon as I open the door, a gust of wind, kind of floats by me. So I'm like, oh, no. It's definitely too much right now. So I don't, end up going anywhere and things. But yeah. All right. So what do we have here? Can't have anything acidic and no seasonings. I'm very limited to what I can have. Lord, that sounds like plain mashed potatoes with no flavor. I'm really feeling for you now. I was going to embrace the soft diet, Cheryl says there's 20 slots left on the waffle for a cause. You guys hear that? Waffle for a cause. Please help awesome children, and you may win a princess panel by Mandy Manzano. Bell, $5 for a slot. Get one or more. Choose your slot number or random. And you just have to message her. Listen, I want to know these panels by Mandy Manzano. Are they the new version 2? Not that, because the version 1s are still selling like hotcakes and things like that. But are they the new version 2 panels that are coming out on all of the cross stitch? Like if you guys are a part of Creatively Stitching, the cross stitch community, you will see. Now I haven't heard anything yet whether version 2s are going to be diamond paintings. You did see the Snow White version 2. That was out a while ago. And people thought something looked wonky with the eye and things like that. So people who did get it, they were like kind of filling in the eye and enhancing it and things. That was the only version 2 that I've seen. The rest of the panels, they are available to view. If you head over to Creatively Stitching, you can kind of see. Now, I've been a part of that community for a few years, 3 or 4 years and things like that. So I apologize in advance if I am mentioning information that you guys got to sign up for something to be aware of or to be able to view. But I at least wanted to kind of get it out. Ticket to Ride still going on, still going strong. How many weeks we have left? 2, 3 weeks? That was a lengthy collab. So you guys got a lot of opportunity to win tons of prizes, to support small businesses. Definitely continue there. And we are looking, Matt says he is checking everybody's couch cushions these days. That's how we find money. That's how, if you find it, it's yours, because they lost it. They didn't even know it was there. Now, if you come here, I don't really sit in the living room because that's Prince's area. But if you do, it's probably his. You should ask before you take it. Dawn says it's windy in the 40s there in Jersey, and it is 57 in Missouri. It's going to be 70 today. Woo. All right, you guys are all getting a taste of some great weather after such horrible winters and stuff. So we have picked up Dragon Virtuoso, Garden Shed, and Gazebo at River's Edge. Woo, look at that. Tia, I saw that already. Sorry, I'm all over the place, I guess. This doesn't seem fair. It's 35 in Illinois. The high is 39 today with some snow flurries. Now, Lizzie did say something to me about it. It's still cold here. It's Linda in the house, Linda Kennel. I usually check with her for my Canadian weather, but because Lizzie will say stuff like, it's cold. It's cold here. Matt says about 40 here today, probably be 90 here tomorrow if the roller coaster continues. That's how we end up with pneumonia or the flu, the weather fluctuating so drastically. Let's see. The bell. This bell is originally in perfect condition, unopened. Okay. Supposedly will be available through Jade, like other cross stitch stuff outside of my realm this far. Okay, so Jaded Gem Shop as well. Jaded Gem Shop is doing a good job of offering the opportunity to convert not only your cross stitch projects over to diamond paintings, but the reverse. And they are providing the gems and the tools to be able to do so. So that is a good idea if Creatively Stitching got the panels version 2, and then Jaded Gem Shop are providing you with the opportunity to convert them into diamond paintings. That is an amazing, relationship. Hitting 2 birds with one stone, you know what I'm saying, and giving you options, because a lot of people were starting to ask, well, are these going to be diamond paintings? I'm doing good. Oh, everybody's talking to Cheryl. We are in week 10. Sunday is meet and greet with Firefly. I had to switch rooms and things like that. So you guys know my chair collapsed in on me. And I could not move at all Thursday. It hurt. It hurt so badly. I mean, I was in so much pain. So I'm in the chair. I didn't plop like my kids kept saying, you sure you didn't plop? No, I was in the chair. And all I was doing was scooching closer towards the desk. I had scooched back so I could put things in my resin box. And then I was just scooching closer towards my desk. And what happened was the chair just and came down on me. Now I came down on my left hand. I was trying to break my fall. And then my knee. I'm gonna tell you, my knee, I really was worried. I thought the knee, you ever seen like a piece of chicken, it's real tender, and when you break it, you can see the meat and everything. I really thought that was about to happen to my leg. And the way it felt the next day, whew, whew. So I'm already on pain pills and I'm already on muscle relaxers because of the sciatic nerve. And it'll flare up and it'll give me a lot of pain for probably 3-4 weeks at a time. And then it'll go away. So my doctor literally was like, yeah, do you have some more? Do you want me to just re-up your prescription? Like, check me out. Something, it feels like something is. So I tried to go live from the lily pad, but unfortunately, it is a chair that's in there. It's too hard. I couldn't sit. I sat on it too long that day because I knew I was going to be sore. So I real quickly hurried up. I took 4 ibuprofen. I took muscle relaxer because I wanted to say the pain pill for the next day when, if the pain elevated to the next level. And so I masked. I think that's what you call masking the pain. I definitely did that. And then I couldn't move. I couldn't move at all. My kids, they love me. The lily pad was their idea. So they were like, we're going to get you a chair. They wanted something immediately. I did too. But kind of looking around, I don't think that I was overly enthused about some of the options and things. I feel like if somebody buying me a chair and they spoiling me rotten, it's time to get spoiled. So the chair that I ended up getting, it's one of those that kind of relax back. It's got like a massager and things like that on it. It does have the legs that come out and kind of lifts up. It's a gamer chair. So we're waiting on that to come in. It should be in by Tuesday. But obviously, in the interim, I'm here. I'm in my old, I don't know if you guys can see, but my old office chair. There's nothing wrong with it. It just, the gamer chair, it suited me, I guess is the best way to say it. 76 in Southern Florida. Let's see, for anyone who may want to investigate, there we go. Matt is providing us with Jaded Gem Shop. That way you can head on over, see if you can see any of the Mandy Manzano version 2 panels with the conversion. They are, now that's where Rochelle and I, if you guys joined us a few years ago, I think it's been 2 years, we did a cross stitch. Do I have that in here still? I was keeping it here at this desk. We did a cross stitch conversion where we took a cross stitch pattern and it was converted over to a diamond painting. I just wanted to see what it was like and things like that. Rochelle was blinging at the same time. I added small enhancements because like my background was solid color and I had a lot of like the blue hues and things like that. Blue's not be my favorite color, but I had a lot of like blue hues, blues, grays, purplish blue, things like that. And so I was trying to kind of break up the monotony of the color, and added in some enhancements, especially in the background and things like that. So hopefully, if you guys are interested in trying to do something like converting a cross stitch pattern into a diamond painting, you definitely head over to Jaded Gem Shop, kind of see what they have going on. They do, their kits do come with not only the blank canvas with the sticky, you do get a legend and things like that, and you can buy their diamonds as well. Which end you prefer, the drums or the flats? I'm gonna be honest, Matt. I'm not preferably fond of chicken. I know I'm losing my card here. Anybody that's ever been at a retreat with me, they know chicken is, I will eat boneless, skinless breast, chicken breast, preferably, grilled. But I guess if you batter it up and make something with it, I can eat it that way as well. But like it's fried chicken, drums, flats, wings. I don't eat those at all. So everyone's like wings, yum. I lost my card a long time ago. And the very first retreat, I remember telling some people, they was like, "What?" So, and I don't have a fondness for it. Preferably, well, yeah, because I know some people will nugget it, batter it up and turn it into nuggets, uh, um, a battered, like breast and things like that. So, yeah, boneless, skinless grilled chicken is my preference. Breast, breast, only the breast. Like, thank goodness I have Prince. My daughter likes chicken. She loves rotisserie chicken. She loves hers on the spit, license, and registration, please. I knew I was about to get ticketed. I definitely knew that. I've been ticketed a lot. You should see my dad. Oh, I used to make it so difficult. He would be trying to come home, and we had a housekeeper and stuff, but when my dad was messing up, he messed with the housekeeper and then would have like dates and, spoil other women and things like that. So when he was messing up, she want to cook for us and things like that. I remember when he went off to Aruba. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this story. He went off to Aruba and she went and go grocery shopping and things like that. I had to call him on his cell. That was back when it was like $35 connection, $100 a minute. It's like a $200 something call, just to say you need to send her some money or tell her where some is so that she can go to the store because we have milk. I'll take the chicken over red meat any day. I'm working on new DPPD shirts, so listen up, guys. Not only can you go to craftingandcrimedaily.com, I showed them on Wednesday night show, the Diamond Painting Police Department. That is CBR, my sisters, which is J. Rob, Crashley, Rebecca, myself, the head crew. That's gonna be Lizzie and her minion Matt. We got Gail as a part of the crew. Amy, where's Amy at? And Tammy. And basically they make diamond painting fun. But Matt and Lizzie hand out wolf tickets all the time. All righty, she said she's including you on this design, Matt. So Matt says, "Ooh, I'll have to wait then. I didn't really want Lizzie's president shirt." You silly as can be, Matt. She making new shirts also. So she has this new Shady Pines, her and Joanna. That is who the DPPD, they kind of police the Shady Pines community over there. We got Rebecca. She likes sitting on the board. She's sitting on the board of like 3 different committees and stuff. She the head of the union. She always talking about we need to meet and we need to reconvene. She knows how to make sales. That's right. So I am waiting to see what she does. She's an artist. Shady Pine shirt coming. That's what I want. A Shady Pine shirt. Just so you guys know, I think when I turned 30 back in December, I automatically got invited. I mean, it was like an auto invite in the Shady Pines. I've been struggling ever since. What might have been the stroke from the year before that automatically invited me in. Obviously any of the other medical issues I went on to have, we just kind of summed them all up. but I definitely am a full-fledged member. And I'm sitting here, I'm enjoying, living here in Shady Pine. uh, but I can't wait to get my Shady Pine shirt. I do have a DPPD president shirt. Those are Lizzie's. Obviously, she's redesigning them because we want everybody deputized and things. They ought to be great, funny shirts. They are going to be great, funny shirts. The goal is that we're getting a couple extra because obviously we want to start giving them out in some of our giveaways and things. Look at the image I sent you. Hold on one second. And I can't move too much. Oh, knock this stuff down. All righty. So what did my sister send? That says it is time to pay my car payment due next week, but I am that forgetful. All right, one moment. All righty, so my sissy Pooh sent me an image. That's cute. I don't know if you guys can see it. It might be because of the sunlight. There we go. It says Shady Pines. Two women with diamond paintings under their arm, little tote bag we all had. I love it. Now you got to put a guy off so that there's representation. You got to put a guy off in the distance. That way, we got Matt and we got Rich and we got Tim and Bud. We got all of them represented, as part of the community. Like, yeah, guys, come here too. I may or may not have been screen captured by someone else. We all know who like to make products feature in the community. So cute. Isn't that cute? It is cute. So that's not the final yet. Matt will be in the background in his DPPD. I need that. Him in the background in his DPPD uniform. Make sure you give him a pen and a pad so he can write his little wolf tickets. All right. Let's see. Am I able to? It's been a minute since I've done this from here. But let me see. I am going to share. What am I going to share? I'm sorry. I got to see if I can do it from here. This is my old work computer. Because it's my old work computer, I'm not able to always share everything. So we're going to see. All right. I'm in here. I am. Okay. Now, because I'm in here, that means I should be able to show. And it's letting me. All right. It is letting me. It's not letting me show that though, huh? You guys see the image? No, not letting me do that. One moment. Okay, there it is. It's just trying to make sure you guys got to see it. How cute is that? It will be later this week. For now, working on new releases. The ratio at the old folks' home does feel like the diamond painting community sometimes. Oh my goodness. That is going to be sold once we get it. I don't know if it's going to be sold as a canvas, but that's going on the shirts. It's going on the shirts. It is going to be by craftingandcrimedaily.com. And we're going to go ahead and get Shady Pines. I love that. I do. I love it. That was a great idea. And I love that, immediately. um, what do we have? I was looking to see what we might have. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Who posted? Oh, y'all wrong for this. I'm sorry. I don't go on Facebook that much because the shock, therapy. When I come to Facebook, this is what I come to Facebook for. Everybody and their mama posted. Um, Hannah, look at this. Who did this? Can you hear? Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. That came out gorgeous. Now this right here, I'm not sure if you guys are aware. These are some of my new favorites when it comes to enhancement. But Hannah Lynn, she is doing her thing over on her own. She got her own diamond painting. And one of the things that she is doing that I love is she is adding her own enhancements. Like you can get it's called her glam kit. So I want to go through that, kind of show you guys because I was like really impressed. The other thing that she's doing, and we don't, we obviously don't kind of talk about her as much, but I did love that she tried to do something a little different. So if you come over to her channel, let me make sure that you guys are able to see before I start talking. Okay, see, you weren't even in the mix. So let me get you in the mix. What is that doing? What is that doing? Here we go. All right. Who is this? Not artist, but blinger, or is this just how the kit comes? That's how the kit comes. That's why I was kind of showing. I love what folks are doing with AI. It's very creative. I think so also. So that's why I'm showing this map because that's how the kit comes already with the bling in it. Now, I believe Autumn is one that Rochelle did. She added her own bling. And I think this one comes in a glam kit. So you can get it regular, as you can see, and you can do your preference also, square or round. Or you can do a glitz and glam edition. This is square, and then this is round. If you look right here, 31 special drills. There's not a lot of kits. Now, the price does increase. We usually spend about 55, 60 bucks. So it's going up. You're buying all of your enhancements with the kit. But it's coming with 31 specials on top of the regulars. So it's 51 colors. And then obviously you're getting all of the glitz and glam. So the squares are 40 by 56, kind of small, but for a portrait, that's a good size for a portrait. And then for their glitz and glam, you get 51 colors, 20 crystals, 8 ABs, 3, she calls her dust drills Whimsy Dust. And the charting is hand rendered charting. They do come in pre-bagged, numbered, and it's resealable. So you guys know how I feel. It's just easier for me when it comes to diamond painting to just be ready to go. If I got, it kind of takes away from the time that I could be investing in the diamond painting in and of itself. I love what, oh, okay, I saw that. Okay, wasn't sure. Yes. So handlingdiamondpaintings.com. I love that. Let me go back over here. That she has. Let me see if this is still going. This special right here. Buy 3, get 1 free. Buy 4, get 2 free. No code needed. So you put 6 in your cart. Notice these are all the glitz and glam if it comes in that. Glitz and glam, glitz and glam, glitz and glam. Here's the funny thing. These 1, 2, 3, 3 of these I already have. But I don't have them in the glitz and glam. So guess what? They got thrown in the cart. So you guys know I'm always doing the what's in your cart. It's just me. What's in your cart? I was so purple. She went on to be Purple Door Crafts. She got this Faye for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, and I've never done it. But oh goodness, wouldn't that be amazing to see the difference? One that's completely done with the regular drills, and one that's done with the glitz and glam. So for Faye, she has 38 special drills. That makes it, amazing. It's a 50 by 70, so it's, relatively large. And let's see, the glitz and glam is coming with 54 colors, 21 ABs, 12 crystals, and 5 whimsy dust. So I think, if you're someone who you just like to be ready to go in their bag, like how Captured by Radiance does it, yeah. T is still waiting for that rich guys to stumble upon her cart and slip and drop his credit card details info there. Matt, so you just make sure you're aware. I have a rich guy. His name is Prince. Prince. You guys know who Prince is, right? It's my son. And every once in a while, usually one time, sometimes twice, but every once in a while, he will he'll take a gift card and hand it over to me, or cash. I think I was live one night and he handed me 2 $100 bills. Said, go ahead on, mama, and buy yourself some diamond paintings. So he hasn't done that in 2026 yet. And guess what? Mother's Day is coming in May. Mother's Day is coming in May. Last year I got a gift card. It was for $200, and he just was like, it wasn't no special occasion. It wasn't for Mother's Day or anything. He was like, here, mom, go ahead. Same way my daughter spoiled me. She spoiled me a lot. Like, she was the one that was like, I'm gonna get her a new chair. The chair. So they created my lily pad for me. And they had put, like a desk area together when we have a diamond painting area. Then she donated one of her desks from when she was in her dorms, and that became my clay station. So I had 2 separate stations and things, and it allowed me just more time. That's why you guys have seen me doing more diamond painting and things, because I didn't have to take all of my diamond painting stuff away. And then now, if I'm ready to play with clay, a new station, I could just go from one station to the next. And I really enjoyed that a lot. And so my baby, she was like, to keep the creativity going and stuff, we're going to get you a chair. We're going to go out. We're going to look. We're going to go different stores and things like that. But we'll go ahead and replace your chair. And I was so excited. I'm like, how about a seatbelt for your chair? I think that's a good idea. But I mean, I would have been, if I had a seatbelt on when that broke, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cheryl says, Matt, be sure to read week 10 posts so you grab those extra tickets. Listen, Cheryl, I'm going to say this, okay? We don't need to spearhead Matt into any prizes right now, okay? You got a group of over 400 and something people in there, and Matt already winning stuff, okay? So go ahead and have that conversation with Gail, with Timmy, Amy, Sule, and Kiki, Denise, Bonnie. Talk to them, because Matt winning up everything. we can bring one up for you, Tia. Oh, thank you. um, I've seen his name come up twice this week, so I definitely know, I'm looking out for everybody that's participating. Everybody. With that said, you guys know, what are you guys working on? I know that Ticket to Ride is going to be finishing up. I know that Get Your Weird On is underway. I know that J Rob, she was under the weather. She was starting to improve. I didn't hear from her much yesterday. I didn't know that she wasn't going live though. I was definitely looking for her and things like that. Let's see. I don't know of too many other collabs. Usually March is kind of a low key, month and things like that. You guys know, come April, we are back with Splish Splash Spring Bash. Make sure, again, you guys head over to craftingandcrimedaily.com. One of the canvases that we are going to be showcasing, she's the artist who created it, and it is for sale. If you guys remember our very first year with Splish Splash Spring Bash, she was the artist that created the artwork. She went on to have that artwork turned into a diamond painting. So you guys will probably either see me or Lizzie showcasing that. I did get mine. Do I have it in here? I don't think so. I was doing, so much trying to make sure everything went into the lily pad. In case you're wondering, the lily pad, Butterfly's Lily Pad, is the name of my new craft room. I think it's an amazing name. I know frogs hang out on lily pads, but butterflies flutter around and things also. So we got to have somewhere to rest our wings. And what better a place than a lily pad, right? Right? No? Okay. When I said butterflies lily pad, Lizzie burst up laughing like it was just impossible for a butterfly to land there. What do you guys think? You have a better name? I asked people for names of my craft room, and I didn't get a lot of suggestions. So I'm open for suggestion now. Let me show you. I'm going to show you two concepts. These are chairs that are going into the lily pad, and you guys can let me know. I don't know if I like that one. One moment. I'm getting to it. All right. Hopefully you guys don't run out, buy them up, and then I don't have them and things like that. So let me go ahead and stop on this so I can share. But I love showcasing. I haven't been being all that productive in any event so far this year. Not a single finish yet. Okay. Well, I don't require finishes because I really do think that it is fun to participate. Now, I agree with Lizzie. Don't nobody tell her she's not here, so what she don't know won't hurt her. I do agree with her that we do need to have a way where we can, where we can kind of show that there's been some progress that was made and things like that, hopefully. But I don't know if I necessarily think that we have to, require a finish and things like that. Though just to require the participation is always what, I enjoy doing. Now for a grand prize, I do think it's a good idea for like a grand prize or something like that. So if you guys are seeing this right here, was going to be the other side across from, you guys have seen my, productivity station and things like that. Directly across from the productivity station is, I'm trying to make the picture big. There we go. Will be these two. I'm not sold yet on the colors or anything like that, but I'm not sure if I want to put black there. Gray seems kind of dull, They have a brown like leather, and then this color. I feel like this color does, kind of add some pops of color and things. In between, let me make sure I'm not just talking. You guys can see. Okay. In between the two chairs. You like them? Oh, thank you. Because you're going to be sleeping on one when you come visit. I'll sleep on the other. Here is the Y. They go all the way out 74 inches. See, that's the other Y. I like that. So it makes it like my full size bed and things like that. Most of these are like 68, 69, but they don't go the full 75 inches. These go to full 75. So if they did have to be used, I wouldn't feel bad that my, lily pad is taking up space for when guests and things like that could stay. I don't plan on nobody, living on them and staying there for a month or 2 months at a time. So I feel like these are adequate when it comes to entertaining and having guests. What do you guys think? So here's some of the color options. Light gray, I wasn't sold. Navy, I wasn't sold. If it comes up. This one right here, I think this is the leather. The brown leather, or that's different. There was a darker, like a brown leather that was available also. Now these will be for crochet and cross stitch. Okay, so those are what I plan to have. That's the other thing. I'm sure obviously everything that I do has to be able to be, transferred over to, my my cross stitch, my RV conversion. So once I do get it, I like this, but I don't know, it's a craft room and it's liable to get kind of dirty. So the yellow, it'll probably definitely be the yellow. I definitely, kind of went with the yellow. I just, kind of wanted to show it because a lot of people are asking, like, what am I doing with the other side of the room and things like that. So that would be that. There is going to be no loom. So there's going to be a desk in between. Let me go back to this picture. There's going to be like it's almost like a bookcase that'll be in between. And that bookcase will have, it'll be able to convert down into a desk and things like that. Inside will be like my crochet, all that yarn that Cheryl talked me into buying 6 years ago. All of that will be, in the desk area. My cross stitch, I have a big giant cross stitch. Like when we were going to the Lone Star Retreat, 2 years in a row, they gave us these long bags. They made it really great for travel because they could fold down, and you could carry them in your bags if you check luggage. Then after you got back home, you can, unfold them and put them back up, and they hold like your cross stitch projects. They come in, something like this, and it can hold 40, 50 cross stitch projects. So on the side of each of these chairs will be, one of those, because I have two of those bags. So they're going to be on the outside, and then in between is going to be like a desk that can kind of flip down. If I wanted to kind of sit at the desk, maybe write or, do my planner thing, do some coloring. But there'll be an area, in other words, for every craft that I'm trying to kind of find myself involved in. What are you guys doing? Like in your craft area, your craft oases? They need green. I agree, Gail. I was looking. I saw one. I wasn't fine. The green was great. I loved it, but I didn't. The chair looked like it went on forever in that middle section. I'm like, how would that support anything? I do need it in chair mode. It'll probably be in chair mode 51 weeks of the year, and then it might get a week's worth of lounging or even being able to be full out flat and things like that. In absence of pink, yellow is a great choice. Cross stitch and crochet only. No, I definitely want to get a loom. I do want to get a loom. Rebecca hosted a loom class. I think I told you guys about this. I went to the loom class and I didn't have a loom. So someone loaned me their loom and I'm having a great time. We chit chatting, we talking. You can see the project starting to form. And I'm like, yes, this was easy. I love this. Like, cause we were having a good time talking. And the girl asked for her loom back. Like, what did you think I was going to be working on when you loaned it to me? I thought I was able to use it for the completion of the project. So I'm looking stupid. And I'm like, why did I come to this class? And I have been threatening to get a loom ever since. Now you can buy like a pack of them. Look at you, the loom room. Now you can get like a pack of them where you can do several different types of projects. You get them all different sizes where you can do like Afghans, you can do, small like dishcloths and things like that. So Bonnie joined and she is now a pro. Well, that's the next step right there, making sure that, my crafting just, it means a lot. It does a lot for me. It does make me happy. The room, my lily pad is starting to come together and I get to a point where soon it's on the other side. That's the other thing. It's on the other side of my unit. So we have 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. We have a living room, a dining room, with a breakfast nook, and then a laundry room. So it's kind of big, for it to be a apartment. This is definitely bigger than any house I ever stayed in. Long story short, though, I'm right at the entrance of the unit. So there's a whole, kitchen, dining room, living room, my son's room. My crafting oasis is all the way on the other side. It's the last room. So I didn't go at all Thursday because I was too sore. I could barely move and things like that. Yesterday, I did get over there, and what I did was I tried to sit in that chair. I have those foldable chairs and things, the kind you may see. What they call a card table chair. I have those in there and things like that. We bought them so that everybody could have a chair in their restroom. And then when you're putting on socks or something like that, or if you get out the shower, you just want to sit down and kind of dry your legs and things like that, it makes it easy and stuff. So in every restroom, we do have a chair. I just went into the restroom for my craft room and kind of brought that chair out. But it's not comfortable. It definitely isn't something that you want to sit in for hours and things. So what do you guys have going on with your craft rooms? How are you, organizing them, structuring them? Do you have separate areas? Is only diamond painting? Are you doing diamond painting, crochet? Do you have an area, to where you could kind of sit at a desk and do things? I'll be starting Farmstead Afghan tomorrow after I finish a needle knit hoodie sweater. Only have the sleeves to finish. Look at that. Doesn't every bathroom already have a chair? You so funny. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But, might not be where I want to sit and, kind of dry my feet and things. My daughter told me something that was very enlightening. She said, you guys know I was driving last year for Uber and Lyft, and I was really enjoying the time that I was spending with people, getting to know people, traveling all around Vegas and seeing parts of this town that I had never been to before. Anyway, while I was driving, I always wanted to, if I'm gonna have to get out and kowtow and things, I want to be cute. So I would have my little cute outfit on. I always had my Crocs with my gibbets and things like that. But when I'm home, if I just need to run to the store or something, I'm just throwing on whatever. And my daughter embarrassed me and said, Mom, you need to go sit down and put some lotion on, rub your ankles and your legs. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, I notice whenever you go somewhere with me, you don't put the extra attention in like you do when you're driving for Uber and Lyft. I was like, what? And so she told, so the chair stays folded. She says, perhaps you need to open your chair and you need to open your chair and, and use it every day, whether you're going to drive for Uber or Lyft or whether, you're just making a quick run. So that was enlightening. It was definitely enlightening. She's right. The effort definitely was not there if I'm just, making a quick run and coming back home. But if I'm going to be out, a lot of times I'm trying to earn tips, and what better way, the people that are traveling into Vegas, if they're staying at a hotel, if they need to get picked up and things like that, you're dropping them at the airport. They're just more conscious that this is a service that is being, bestowed upon them, and they are tipping. Locals, somebody that might get picked up from home and need a ride to work, they're not as cognizant of the service. They just need a ride, I guess. And so they don't tip as much. So when I am working, and I'm not fond of doing the hotel airport loop, but it's lucrative, I will say. It's very lucrative. So I got to a point where I would dress up. I would wear something cute, and I definitely always wore one of my more stunning pairs of Crocs because I would get out, and when they come out of their hotel and things like that, and you're standing outside Butterfly, I'm gonna have to show you guys some of the enhancements that I have in Butterfly. Since she's not here, maybe I'll be able to kind of show you some of the things that I have in my cart. So one moment while I get over there, but Butterfly is hooked up. She is very hooked up, and a lot of people think it's funny, and oh my, you have all of this in? Yeah, I have a lot of stuff in her. So I'm gonna wait until a lot of that comes in, and then I'll be able to kind of show you. But I'm blinged out, and I got on, cute butterfly outfit. Most of the time, I'll have on a butterfly outfit, my butterfly glasses, clamps, butterfly clamps or something in my hair. And, I'm like, hi, how are you doing? Let me get that for you. Let me help you out. You definitely want to get their luggage and put it in for them because they will just chuck it and, shove and try. They'll jack your stuff up if not. And so because of that, I do put a little extra, in showing everybody and, how Butterfly is. 2 sets of rounds from KB, 2 28-inch, all in one with extenders. KB multi-loom, 2 sets of looms and threads with the extension kits. 3 Sinwood sock loom, a KB, his and her socks, adjustable KB socks. Look at you. Only Tia goes out for a night on the town and puts on her most stunning Crocs. Listen, Matt. I'm trying to get everybody on the Croc. Now it was my nephew who actually even got me into Crocs. I thought they were so ugly. If you guys ever heard Sule and or Mindy, they they are like, oh, Crocs, So the funny thing is, I got I was on one of my horses. I was talking about my nephew. He had like 3 or 4 pairs of Crocs. He had the little gibbets on him. He had a red pair, a navy blue pair, and I think he had a white pair. Anyway, he had his little gibbets and things like that on, and he was showcasing them to me one time. He came to my house to show me he had bought a new car. He gets out the car. He had bought a Volkswagen Golf GTI. He gets out the car. It's cute. It's black with red interior. And he had on his red Crocs. And I'm like, what is you doing? Those are so ugly. He had his little gibbets. He ends up showing off the Crocs more than he's showing me the car. And so I'm like, Shamar, what are you doing? And he was showcasing the Crocs. He put them in what he called sport mode. And I was like, all you did was flip down the he said, yeah, but they call sport mode. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So he's showcasing them off and everything. And I'm like, so I see a pair, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a pair and see what they are like. I had been wearing Hey Dudes at the time. Hey Dudes is a company that Crocs owns. And I had got the Hey Dudes because they were so comfortable. I needed something to kind of absorb my step. You know, when you're going through the airports and stuff like that, I felt like I was doing some stepping, and my hips, my knees, my joints, they would hurt. So I needed something that would absorb. And I had got Hey Dudes. They just look like male shoes though. So I'd have on a cute dress and some ugly men's Hey Dudes and things. So my nephew was wearing his little Crocs. I knew everybody was wearing Crocs and stuff. He was the first person I saw kind of, enhancing them with all the gibbets. And I decided I'm gonna get cute gibbets. I'm gonna at least prettify them as much as possible. And I did. And people went crazy over them. Do I have a picture on this device? I don't remember if I do. But if I do, I'm gonna have to show it. And let's see. Anyway, that was the first. So I got them. I couldn't wait. And I thought it was a great idea. Let's see. Let me see if I have any. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Oh, it doesn't look like I have any on this device. One day, let me see, did I save any on the desktop? Nope. Nope. But I have a picture, obviously, and you guys, if you've been here, you definitely have seen a lot me showcasing and sharing some of my Crocs and things like that. So I don't see any on here. I must have never showcased any. Went to a meeting and showed them. That's funny. Anytime I get an opportunity to showcase my Crocs, I usually do. Okay. Well, none on here. None, none, none. I was going to try and show you guys my Crocs and things like that. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them, but I have 19 pairs of Crocs at this point. So, let's see. Everyone is saying, hi, Kayleen's in the house. Hi, Kayleen. How are you? Don't come for me, but I don't do Crocs. Ah! You sound like Sue and Mindy. I love Crocs, though. Gail, why you don't like them? Huh? Why don't you like them? I didn't like them at first either. Yep. Whoa, wait, only one bitty set. Get on that, Bonnie. Bonnie got the looms. She got them. She's speaking the lingo. I said the same thing though, Gail. I was very harsh with my nephew. Like, ugly shoes. I thought they were so ugly. I really did. I thought they were ugly. And he was highlighting them and showcasing them, and I was like, everything you're doing, making them look uglier. And he was like, no, don't say that. They're comfortable though. And I was like, yeah, I stick to my Hey Dudes. And he was like, I think Crocs owns them. So I go looking, and I went to the shoe store Journeys, because that's where I have been buying my Hey Dudes at. Man, yeah, they confirmed it. Then I said, well, I'm gonna try a pair, and I tried them, and I'm gonna be honest, for me, they were the most comfortable. So I could walk in them, and I felt like they kind of absorbed, so I wasn't sore as much. I'm walking further and things like that. When I jump up into Butterfly, she has a lift on her, so I'm getting up on the running boards and then into the vehicle. That used to, I'd be like, whew, but now when I have my Crocs and things like that, it's just a smooth, kind of step up into Butterfly. So I feel like they absorb, a lot of the shocking things that I was putting on, maybe my hips, my joints, my knees, things like that. What do you think? I mean, they're not for everybody. I get it. I enjoy them. I think they're cute, They had some great, styles. They change all the time, though. They do change them out and things. They're trying to keep that cuteness factor so that people continue to buy. I moved into, the bags. I do have 5 other bags that match the shoes that I have. I thought I saw you in the HEB parking lot a few weeks ago. I yelled out, Kayleen, and the lady looked at me like I was crazy. I said, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. I'm managing, guys. There are some really bad days. Today has been all right. It's just a lot, and I'm losing my ability to be compassionate at times. Don't worry. That's just that's an honest human emotion, Kayleen. And so don't beat yourself up for, how you're feeling and things like that. Give yourself some grace because, it's a lot, and you're going through a lot. Bonnie, I have a lot of 1 and 2 yarn, so I use Biddy. Oh, a new thing that I wanted to kind of talk to you about. I sent this over to Lizzie. I had an idea, and Lizzie was like, "What?" Let me see. I was like, Lizzie, I did a thing, and she was like, "What thing did you do?" And so, from someone I don't know. No, I don't know you. Okay. Alrighty, where is it at? Now, I'm going to show this to you guys. I have been talking to Prince. You guys know Prince had a great idea a few years ago. And him and a few of his friends, they were trying their hardest to kind of come up with, different ways to be able to, keep their crafting going and things like that and turn, a side profit and things. He wanted to do embroidery. Him and 3 friends, it was 4 of them in total. They were kind of getting into it. He was moving a little bit away from diamond painting and things like that. And he was checking out just other crafts and stuff. My son is like me. He's a true crafter. He has done he has done candle making. We did do seed beads. It's a long time ago. We did seed projects in the mid 2000s, 2005, things like that. Let's see. He's done a couple of different things. He took a cooking class, and he was trying to make his own specialized snacks and things like that. I will give him, credit where he will, try something and then see if he can turn a profit from it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So he has been loving where, what I've been doing with Pom Pal pens. He keeps saying that. Oh, I love it. My daughter, her insight is there any other things that you can kind of make to kind of, expand what you're doing and things? And so I started playing around and tinkering around with some things, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. I'm going to show you what I did. You guys kind of let me know. This is halfway through the project, though. Halfway through. All right. If you guys are wondering, I'm showing you guys this because this is like the raw edge. I added some of my glitter. I added some of my alcohol ink to some of the resin. This is a resin that I use to seal the pins. And I do have a form. I'm not good at it. If you can see this raw edge up near the top, yeah, I didn't get the resin all the way into the corner and things like that. And then obviously I didn't fill it all the way up, so the back looks raw. But this idea was to then be able to add the, you guys know how you see me put the bumps on the pins. So the next goal was to take these and then put a bump on here so that your crochet needle also comes with the same bump that you see on the diamond painting pin. What do you think? What do you think? Good idea? Not a good idea? I'm not sure. You couldn't see anything? All right, I'm gonna show it again. My apologies. I'm getting better though at my technology. I need to always make sure. I need to always make sure. Here we go. Okay. Try bumping that screen share button and we might know. Oh, okay, here we go. Once it comes up, it's thinking. It's thinking a little bit much. But hopefully, you guys will be able to see it. So these are two different sizes as well. They are my little they're UV resin, so they're not plain resin. They don't feel as hard as maybe if I used regular resin. I don't use a lot of regular resin, especially right now because of the fumes and things. UV resin is a lot less fumes. But that was kind of the thing that I had. I love the coloring, obviously. I used pink glitter, and then I used a purple alcohol ink. So I poured the glitter in. I poured in the alcohol ink. I put a few extra in the second size because I think one is an 8 meter, one is a 7 millimeter. And again, the raw edge at the top where you see the nib, I didn't get enough resin in the tip. It was practicing. It was my very first time. You don't see it at all? Anybody else not see it? Tammy says she don't see it. Are you able to see it yet, Tammy? I don't have the ability to zoom in. I was going to try and see if I could zoom in, but this little nib right here and this little nib right here, they're not fully formed. And the backs, if you see the backs, they look sunken in. That's because I didn't put enough resin in the encasing. I didn't flip them around so you could see the flat edge, but the flat edge right here and in here in front of here, it tells you the size of the hook and needle. Okay, it's on the screen. Okay. All right, good. So just making sure, I kind of showcase that because the idea behind it was, and my son loved this, but again, to make them comfortable because they are still, regular size needles are kind of thin and things. And once you start to have arthritis in your joints and in your fingers and things like that, then, comfort keeps the crafting going. And so y'all heard that here first. I said that first. Comfort keeps the crafting going. That's my tagline. Put it on a t-shirt, Rebecca, so I can get the credit. But I wanted to put bumps on, and obviously being able to use resin, different alcohol inks and things like that for tinting, that kind of takes your needles and things to a different level. How about some trinket trays? Trinket tray is also like on the arena. Obviously, I was trying to come up with a way to have like a value set for someone. So I am also doing a glitter pin. And these are some of the ideas that my kids were talking about. Shady Pines comfort keeps the crafting going. Look at that, Matt. You guys heard that here first. And we got Lieutenant Deputy Matt. He over here helping, coin the fun. So trinket trays are definitely also something that I'm looking at. Obviously, I want to make sure that it's something that's of value so that people like, oh, yeah, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and get a Love is in the Air diamond painting pin. I'm going to go ahead and get a Love is in the Air crochet needle and the matching, trinket tray. or planner pen. So I do, I am trying to, come up with like some concepts for planners as well because I like junk journaling and I think that's a lot of fun and stuff. Um, the only thing that I'm kind of coming up against is like what happens when the ink runs out. How refillable, are these and things? What do we do to kind of go, from there? So I'm looking into that, obviously, but a full set of fun that takes care of an array of all of your crafting needs and things. You guys are hearing it here first because it's a crafting channel, and I'm also, trying to see where everyone's interest lies. But I will tell you this, I have been trying to tie it into the virtual retreat. So people who are interested and they're signing up, once I have my sign up sheet and everything together, these are some of the items that would come, from them going. If the ink runs out, then it's time to buy a new one. um, yeah, yeah, I don't want it to, obviously it's polymer clay. So my items are always going to be more cost effective. I'm trying to make them more cost effective because that keeps me separate from, it's a lot of people they're out there and they're competing and they have trinket trays and they have, needles and things like that. So I'm trying to at least keep that in mind so that you guys, are able to enter the arena. And then if you love the idea, someone has a more quality craft product or something like that, then, that leaves still room for their product as well. And my product is so entry level, and it's so cost effective that it's not, really posing too much of a threat. I do like the steady business, and I hope that you guys continue to, support. You guys are doing some amazing things with the pictures that you're sharing. I will say that I love to see the posts and things like that. I wanted to show that. But yeah, I think so. I mean, I know with Ink Joy, if you guys have seen the Ink Joy pens, a lot of people are turning Ink Joys into glitter pens and things like that. So that's where a lot of the idea came from. Although I don't want to hone in on the glitter pen market, I did want to kind of hone in on the comfort market. So, maybe add some glitter and things like that to it. But the Ink Joy pens, obviously, you can twist the cap off. You'd be able to take it out. If you bought a new pen, you would just put the new one in. So I am there, but obviously, if you bought 5 of their pens, you would have to buy 5 more to replace your pen with the bumps and stuff. Not only a good price, but the most comfortable pens I own. Oh, thank you, Gail. I appreciate that so much. I definitely am starting to hear that a lot. Let me go back. I wanted to kind of show you guys. Let's see. Show you guys something. So you guys pictures look amazing. And clearly they look better pictures. What I'm going to do with that. But I definitely feel like the pictures that you guys are sharing and things like that, they are amazing. They're making the product look so good. And so I'm going to share. Here we go. That's Lizzie, guys. One moment. Alrighty. Here we go. Are you able to see? Nope, I didn't add it yet. Here we go. Oh, so the pictures are something else. Left to right. Butterfly's Delight. That is Tiffany Sanded Coral Beaches. That's Antique Romance. And that is Mermaid's Kiss. Just so you guys are aware. Um, oh, the pictures look, they obviously, I had to figure a way to steal you guys' pictures and try and get, now these were Heather's. She just received them a day or so ago. So I don't know if you guys are able to see this. Left, Love is in the Air. Right, Antique Romance. That's my Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. Are you guys there? Are you still driving? Love you, cuz. Have a good rest of your day. Feel better. Alrighty. Let's see. There was some more. Left to right. Love is in the Air. Mermaid's Kiss. These right here are polishing cloths. Every once in a while, the oils and things from your hands, food, whatever residue, they get on the pen. They kind of make them feel a little bit boom. Because it's UV resin, and it's still in the pen, it's very sturdy. It literally just needs to be polished off. And that's pretty much all that I do. But I've been including the polishing cloths with every pen. This January and February, you placed an order. You got an extra a gift from me. You got bling. I have a ton of bling. I started buying 2019, I think. I started buying in 2019. I don't do a lot of rounds. So if you received a pin from me, you probably got some sort of bling in a round because I do my customization, my enhancements in mostly squares. So definitely wanted to make sure that I shared some of the love. You guys got to receive some bling. And you got to, like, especially if you were new to it, a lot of people were asking questions and things. So you got bling. If you were one of the ones impacted by some delays because of me having bronchitis, if you had ordered more than one pen, you probably got a third pen, a tester. So a tester is something that I necessarily, felt like maybe I drilled too much on one side. I am getting in the drill, but maybe I drilled too much on one side. It's narrower than I prefer it to be. A lot of you guys told me you do prefer a pen with some girth. Not as much girth as Lizzie like. Lizzie like hers phallic, but I did, at least include so that you could test out, you could see the color saturation and the quality in the color and how they kind of meld together and things like that. So you might have received a tester pen, as a free gift along with bling. So I just wanted to make sure you guys we stopped in London so Clem can get a haircut. So we are about 30 minutes from home. Okay. Clem got a haircut. Tell him I said hello and how you doing, all of the good greetings and things. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys that, kind of, let everybody know. Obviously these are what we call the little pups. So the little pups are even smaller. The little pups, I designed them so that you could. Tia is bad. uh, Did you say Lizzie likes hers? Yeah, I said it. She's I'm not bad. Lizzie's bad. um, I do what I can for my bestie. I let her be her, and since she likes her pins a little bit bigger, and I definitely made her some special pins. So if she chooses to share them when they arrive, Matt said Lizzie like them big dogs. Y'all see Lizzie's pins? She was not mad. She was not. When I showed her these pins, she was like, "Who are those for?" She was getting all excited. I said, "You, I would never make these for anybody else. Do you know how much clay I used?" And so anyway, Lizzie was definitely pleased. But what I will say is her pins are much bigger than these. Much girthier, I guess, is a better term than those right there. So I'm just making sure I didn't need to turn my hearing aid up. Yeah, I said it because my son was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm making some pins." She likes girthier pins, and he used the term, so she likes her pins phallic. You heard her right. Yeah, you did, because she didn't say, and when I said it, she said nothing. She just laughed like, yeah. So she can't wait to get her pins. And she has, how many pins was it? She has 6 or 7 in the regular. That was me. Oops. I just knocked down my trinket tray. This is the trinket tray my Lizzie made me. All right. I didn't mean to knock it over. And everything that was on it went down with it. I got some work to do. Anyway, waffle for a cause has been filled. Did you get all the final spots filled? Just making sure I did. You heard her right. Don't fall again. I'm not gonna fall. Trust me. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to fall. Um, I am just at a point where, mobile. My bum hurts when I walk, but I am on good pills. I have been taking my um, I've been taking my muscle relaxers. So that's why I went late today, because I was it does make me drowsy. I hate that, but I definitely, careful over there, Tia. You're gonna need a hospital bed, not a chair. They automatically come here at Shady Ponds, man. All of us, the chair turns into, a hospital bed. There was let's see, there was one other site where they were posting pins. I think that was on the Blingy in the New Year. Let me go back and see. The pictures are beautiful. They're beautiful. And so because they're so beautiful, I'm trying to figure a way to take that's Rochelle. I'm trying to find a way to take your artwork and your pictures and put them on Etsy, because your pictures are so much more vibrant and the colors, I don't know why, but I wasn't able to. I have you guys know I just got this $2,000 phone, and I don't understand why my pictures don't look as good as the ones that you guys are posting. But I would love for those pictures to be on the Etsy website. So that is my goal, is to use some of your artistry so that people are able to kind of get a better feel for what everything looks like. And they can then say, oh, okay, now I want that. And now I know why, Here we go. Let me see if I can go. I believe somebody posted Blingy in the New Year. And when they posted let's see. There we go. There it was. I thought so. So I'm going to share this. This one was pretty, probably lighting. I think so too, Robin. I'm sitting here half in the dark. My technology, I'm just not great at it. I have to, get better. I have to get better. So I love, she took hers out the bag and she's showing them. Again, Mermaid's Kiss, Love is in the Air. This is the OG blinging in the new year. You do for collecting, things. I keep bling in there. I keep my if I have like drill bags and things like that, I'll keep those in the organza bags. Pins, tall oaks. If you guys didn't know, the June retreat that me, Rochelle, Rebecca, Crashley, J. Rob, Rhonda, I believe somebody said Berta was going. I can't remember for sure. A lot of us have already signed up. That had sold out for the June retreat. Keep in mind there are several other dates. If you guys are wanting to host a meetup, because that's how it started. We wanted to go see Tima, and we wanted to see if all of our friends would come through and hang out with us at the same time. Kind of a sisterhood, bonding experience, not as much of like a retreat or diamond painting experience. Tall Oak spots through, Ticket to Ride gets a discount and earns tickets. Did you guys hear that? So if you are going to head over, if you're heading over to the Tall Oak site, Matt posted the link, definitely. No worries, Julie here to listen and enjoy chat. Oh, well, welcome in. Hopefully you are having a good time, enjoying some content while you are crafting. Let me see if this is, here we go. Look at her. That's the other thing. Her video, it just, look at the sparkle. I don't think that you're able to, kind of see the sparkle as much, like from the regular picture and stuff. She did a great job, and I definitely appreciated her sharing that. I believe that was the only one. I have this tray right here, bling in the new year, and I have this trash collector, drill. What do they call it? Trash drill collector. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I have that also. The whole set. I love it. I love to have somewhere to put my drills. I'm gonna be honest. Um, Before people started creating like the trash can for the drills, you know what I was doing? Flicking them. I think that was back when my mom was still staying with me, and she was always vacuuming anyway, and she'd just vacuum them right up. Julie says, when I get my pins, I will get pics posted to help us. Well, thank you, Julie. I appreciate that so much. T-Mod got me the link to the actual form instead of site. That isn't finished yet. Okay. I appreciate that, Matt. Definitely. So we are heading in. I believe it is the last week in June. Heading into, is it heading into? I think it's heading into July. Put them in another tray. It's not a booger, Tia. No worries. So I definitely, enjoyed that. Let's see what else. Showed you guys that. I showed you guys, me, Drew. I was gonna go to craftingandcrimedaily.com, but she has a special announcement that's gonna be coming out tomorrow. Because she has a special announcement that's gonna be coming out tomorrow, I'm going to allow her to, kind of, I don't want to steal her thunder. I want you guys to kind of, get in and be able to enjoy. So the next thing I want to show, one of the last things, and I do enjoy this. Here we go. Captured by Radiance. If you guys can see that, here we go. Some of our restocks have been listed in the store, so grab yours before they sell out. There we go. Kits. Kits. Okay, well, Winter King's storybook is still sold out. Mm, I know you guys probably seen Lizzie did this. It came out phenomenal. What I love when I look at a completed canvas, I like the rendering. It's true to the original artwork. It doesn't look, pixelated or anything like that. Second thing I like is, we call it diamond painting. I call my drills diamonds. I want to see the sparkle. The sparkle was definitely beautiful. So you guys, this is me, Love and View. Lizzie completed Heart on Sleeve. I am up to maybe the sleeve. I was up to the knee. I did some changing out. I'm not able to diamond paint every day, but I'm still having a good time. And that's what matters most to me. That's what matters most. It's not a complete. I know that that's what everybody's looking for me, for a complete. I don't know why. I had quite a few, way more than I'd had in 2024, 2023, and for 2025. But because they were smaller, I guess they don't count. I do have Enchanting Edge. She's gorgeous. Emerald Ocean. Lizzie and I both have Emerald Ocean, and we are contemplating this as one of our Splish Splash Spring Bash, because I do have Emerald Elegance, the pin that I'm going to be dropping. You guys, if you watched Wednesday, I did show you, the pin itself. So that is the reason, obviously tying it together and things like that. I love this right here. I love Mountain, but I like Mickey Bergman, period, because he does a fairy series. And I consider myself a fairy butterfly princess. Yep, I've flitted and I've grown. I'm in the real world. Just for a moment, though. I do have Divide of Attraction. Lizzie completed that a year or so ago. It's very, very sparkly. So I love it. Now this one was okay. JW Fairy 33, but they have a new release. I believe J Rob unboxed that. The JW Fairy 36 by Mikey Bergman. Loved because he had more butterflies and you could see them more distinctly. Fairy Aurora, Lizzie just finished that along with Pandora's Box. So if you guys are able to check out her channel, you can see those completed. And then she does like an after review and things like that. Here's Pandora's Box. This is Secret Between Friends. This is me and my bestie. She did complete it, and she did do like an overview or an after, review of the canvas. It came out gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I really do like it. As you know, I had already, kind of charted and put in where I would make some enhancements and stuff. This one right here was going to do some testing of the skin tones and things like that. I've done that with my Hannah Lynn's in the past. I had some great success, so I was going to give it a try with the Stacy Deal, testing out skin tones on there. So stay tuned. The only reason why I haven't started yet is because I was still working on my Love and Viewed, and I'm, again, enjoying where I'm at. It's no rush. So now they do have some new releases. This one right here for me is a must-have. I want it so bad. It's sold out. So now I gotta wait. Everybody wanted Bride of the Seventh Chucky Moon. But this one right here, and I'm pretty sure you guys know why. It's the butterfly. The butterfly, the colors. Yeah, she does look like me. I won't have to do much to her skin tone or anything. But this one sold out as a 60 by 81, 68 colors, 2 ABs, 5 unicorn poops. So there you go. And I'm sure I could come up with more. But this one right here just called to me. It called to a lot of people because it sold out before I could even get to it. Here we go. This one right here, Divisions of Dreams. It looks like Emerald's Ocean, except in purple, right? You know, green is my favorite color. Purple's my second. So we know that this is on the horizon and it's in the wish list as well. Just to kind of show you guys what's in my cart. I always like to share because I ask you guys what's in your cart. And there we go. Those two. So yeah, I'm waiting on Bride of the Seventh Chucky to come back. But this one right here is fast becoming what I call a must have. I think this, especially here, where you can see the reflection, they're coming up, all the butterflies. This is so amazing. This is so amazing. And this is probably a ton. I thought it might be, but it doesn't say so. Like this detail and stuff right here, I would like to see, how it comes out rendering because it looks like it would be difficult, especially since the canvas and Captured by Radiance has some large canvases, but see this part right here, that's the only thing I question. But all the rest of this, I love it. That's why rendering is important so that you can see, what those particular areas that should be filled with a lot of detail, what they look like. So waiting for more. There's a lot of new releases. A lot of new releases. Oh, look at that. Aries, Pisces, Capricorn. So Baby Delirium is doing uh, um, a sign, your astrological sign series, it looks like. All right. What did I do? You do that one and I will do the other. I do what? The purple? Is that what you're saying? Do the purple and you'll do the green? The Zodiac series. That's it. I couldn't think of it, Matt. I appreciate you so much. So much. Hi, everyone. I'm new to the channel. Hi, Gloria. Welcome in. How are you doing today? What you working on? And what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? You're all caught up? Just answer those two questions. I love that one, and I still want Off to the Ball. Off to the Ball. Oh my goodness. That one is, I can't believe that I didn't get that one when I got the mystery box. I'm just saying. Because Off to the Ball is one that I had favorited and wished and things like that. That one looks gorgeous as well. Zodiac series, the Fairies 30 whatever. 36. The Fairies 36 by Mikey. What are you going to do, the 33? You already have 33? You have 33? I didn't know that. And there is water on that canvas. Listen, you guys know I have a thing for water. My very first landscape, which was Chuck Pinson. He had he had like Island Tom, and then he did, what was the continuation? There was, the water series. He did the Quiet Cove, which looks like a seaport town there in Mystic, Connecticut. That's where I grew up at. And same thing, the backyard is the setting of the water and things like that. So when I first started coming into diamond painting and I was noticing the water and things like that, I'm noticing that, we're using the same flat resin-based colors to set water-based themes that we are for like the grass, for buildings and things like that. And I remember thinking there should be a way to set the water aside. These are beautiful canvases and things. Look at the rendering, it's very close to the canvas and things like that. But there should be a way to like even bring this to life a little bit more, make it a little more realistic. And so that became a goal of mine to try and set water, separate from the rest of the canvas. And then the goal became to, give it like kind of depth and things like that. So some areas, up against the shoreline and things like that, it's usually dark. But if you're looking off into like the moon or something like that, you can see, things kind of reflective, and it looks crystallized, And so I started to do that. Then if water is moving, like, rapids and things like that. One of the other things I wanted to do is be able to create like, the tips and stuff, froth and stuff. So those became challenges that gave me enjoyment, because I really do like working on landscape type canvases and stuff. So that's why you hear me talk about it a lot. You'll hear other people, they'll have preferences for lights in a building and things like that, blinging, in general, trying to test out the mediums and stuff. I love what J Rob does. J Rob is able to add depth to her diamond paintings. That means, like, you can see, it looks like it's off in the distance, or it looks like, she took a 2D image, and, like a part of it you can pick up. If you saw her Wonder Woman, that belt looks like you can pick it up and take it off the canvas. That's depth. Oh my God, the water again. Yes, Lizzie. If I see a picture and it has it in there, So Gloria answered. She says she's doing good. She's crocheting right now. And it's 36 in Chicago and snow. Lizzie, what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? Don't say nothing like it's cold. I want a temperature today. I told him Linda's not here, and usually when I ask you what the weather's like, you say it's cold. We know it's cold. What about show and movement, Lizzie? Yeah, I like to do that also. I like to show movement. Movement is where you can see wind, blowing and things like that. But it does require a combination of enhancements. It's oof. You know what it's here? It's 31 Celsius. That's a big difference, Lizzie. It's a big difference. Movement, like, you would take a regular resin drill, and then you're going to add maybe an AB, maybe a couple crystals, maybe some slivers or something like you. What you're doing is you're changing out the medium, and you're going from more of a solid into more of something that's clear, a crystal, and then back to more of a solid, so that when you look from left to right, you see the movement. You can sprinkle it in flowers, leaves, and trees. That's how I try to show movement. So there you go, Matt. Free tip for you. I'm pretty sure you've heard it a million times. But Gloria is new here, so I wanted to make sure that I was including her. Oh, Lizzie, you missed it. We checked out Hannah Lynn today. Hannah Lynn has her what do they call it? The glitz and glam. So she's including the enhancements already that you use in the canvases, and she's calling them her glitz and glam. What is that in real temperature? She'll catch on. That's right. Gloria is all, she answered the question all in one go. She'll catch on. What is that in real temperature? What is -1 Celsius? That is crazy. That is so crazy. I don't know. To Fahrenheit. Jeez, it's freezing cold there. Lizzie, that's 30.2. That's freezing. That's freezing cold. Oh my God. Ticket to Ride. Make sure you check out Gloria, since you knew Ticket to Ride. There's only a few weeks left, but it is an event that goes from January through the end of March every year. Along with Blinging in the New Year, along with Love is in the Air. And then make sure you come back here, Gloria. Lizzie and I will be hosting our Splish Splash Spring Bash. It does start April 1st. And you can head over to Palm Pal Pins and Friends on Facebook. That way you have a community where you can post your works. Now we are all inclusive, so you don't have to just diamond paint. You can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can color, you can play with clay. We are all inclusive on these projects, okay? Plenty of time to earn tickets for prizes and meet and greet great sponsors and people. I seen a kid with just a t-shirt on. What? What? You seen a kid with just a t-shirt on? No jacket or nothing? No. It's too cold for that. It's too cold. You said -1 Celsius. That's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. That is freeze. That's below freezing. Oh my God. That's so cold. That's so cold. That's so cold. I'm sorry, Lizzie. Your best friend lives in Las Vegas. You should go visit your best friend. Just saying. Marquita, Quita, Kiki, how are you? She said hi to Lizzie. Did she come in and say hi to me? Let me see if she said hi to me. Marquita. Oh, I'm teasing you. She didn't say hi to me though, guys. Kia, Lizzie not even here. She's traveling. She's almost home. So let me get some water. Lizzie, I need you to use spell check. She said I'm the impotent one. I know what you meant. Oh, Lizzie in the audience today, and she's still giving us her all, guys. She is still showing up with the comedic edge. I know what you meant, boo. But that was funny. Anyway, today my daughter is hosting. This is her second crafting event. I'm going to be honest. I'm feeling some kind of way. I might have taken a little bit of frustration out on her. So I'm going to have to play nice because I can barely walk. And she's been bringing me like orange juice and things like that. But this heifer is hosting a diamond painting event today. I'm just, how many years have you guys heard me trying to convince her? She will do other crafts. She joined me in cross stitch and things like that. She crochets. I taught her how to crochet at 7. I did say hi to you. I'm sorry. I was teasing you, but it was great timing too. I've been baking like me and brother. We've been diamond painting for years together and things. In any case, I'm not sure what's going on, but I hope she's okay. Hello? 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. But mommy's still live. I was just talking about you. Your ears burning? Okay. Guess what? See you usually. That's okay. I'm telling everybody about how you stabbed me in the back and you're hosting a diamond painting event, and yet I couldn't get you to diamond paint. But I'm gonna go. Because I'm almost done. I got 6 minutes left. And the craft. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm feeling some kind of way. I love you. Thanks for calling. Are you in the house? Or are you out? Okay. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later. In 3 minutes. Bye. Sorry about that, guys. She's calling me from the other side of the place. She thought I was done. You guys know I went 2 hours later today than I normally go. And it's because of the the muscle relaxer. I needed to wake up, and I was exhausted. I couldn't get up. I can't help it. I'm loopy today. I ate a piece of Marquita is something else. I'm gonna have to get Marquita, Rebecca, J. Robin, Crashley. We're gonna have to get together, and we're gonna have to compare gummy recipes and things like that. We're gonna have to make a road trip. I was just talking to Rebecca a couple days ago about trying to. I know that Cheryl is building right now, and my goal within the next year or so is, that's why you guys see me like planning my craft oasis, my lily pad, the way that I do, because all of the items that are in my lily pad will be able to go into. I think I'm going to end up doing a cargo conversion. One, I can get it done for probably 20,000 or less. RV, out the gate is going to run me probably 25 to 30,000. And then I'm still going to have them take things out. It still won't be, to where I can have my craft area and then my, living and cooking areas separate and things like that. So the way that Cheryl's doing it, having it built out, is kind of smart, because you get what you want when you do it that way. Now there is a place here in Vegas that sells the cargos. I'm looking at either 7x24 or 8 by, I think it's 8.5 by 24. Complimentary gummies at Shady Ponds. I'm gonna tell you right now, Matt, because Rebecca is hosting that up, there's probably gonna be a gummies store. And Rebecca gonna be, you have to have an appointment to go in. Like when we are in Michigan, we'll go in. There's always a gentleman there that, is able to walk you around, answer any questions and things like that, make suggestions, recommendations, milligrams, grams. He can go over all of that. Terpenes, depending on, what you like, they'll go over your terpenes and things. Rebecca is the foremost. She could tell the gentleman, and he normally said, well, y'all have all the help that y'all need right here. So yes, Shady Pines will definitely have a gummy store, and we have to make an appointment with the head. But I'm telling you right now, we're going to definitely get it going. Look, there's only 15 people here. It's because I'm not there. We had way more, but we did go at a different time today. We went 2 hours later. And so I'm definitely, aware that, our other crowd, they probably are off doing what they normally do, or, I'm pretty sure, and it's definitely my apologies that I ran over, some other people that might normally be going during this time. Again, I just could not get up at all. I could not get up. I remember I woke up and pushed the time back and then laid back down. So I do apologize, but I'm struggling. And you here, that's all that matters, Lizzie. You helping out with these numbers. Let me feel good. Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a dispensary right there at Shady Pine. I don't mean a dispensary. I'm in a gummy store. If I say dispensary, y'all might expect other things. So I'm gonna say, no prescription needed. Ooh. That does depend on the state. We're gonna make sure that we are compliant. But here in Vegas, no prescription is needed. I just get my supply. My supplier, she lives in Wichita, and the place that we get filled at is in Grand Rapids. Good. You don't need gummies. That's subjective, Lizzie. That is subjective. Period. Point blank. That's subjective, because the terpenes. It has to do with the terpenes. Anyway, it is that time. I hit the 2 hour mark. I do apologize. I was running late initially. I was going to try to go live in Butterfly's lily pad. I just could not sit in that chair. And I was sitting there trying to get my iPad and I was already hurting. And so I knew trying to do a 2-hour live from that chair, I would be like giving myself pain in reverse. So I didn't want to do that. There is a couple of amazing builders for conversions custom in Vegas. Yeah, see, I started looking into it a few weeks ago. I know it's something that we have always talked about years in the making. It's so funny that now you're, underway. And my daughter definitely told me the next year she will put the down payment down if I finalize something. And I said, really? So that means I got to get busy. But that's why I'm trying to get Butterfly's lily pad finished. Because if I finish lily pad, I feel like they gonna end up, you guys all know Prince met someone. And I feel like when they go their separate ways, I feel like this is her way of saying, you got somewhere to go now, Mom. Right on in to my conversion and, start going to visit and things like that. But yeah, she's telling me, she'll put down a down payment. I just need to get busy kind of figuring out what it is that I want. But I'm definitely leaning towards the cargo conversion because I want to be able to kind of hook it up myself. And I'm thinking I'm going to do because cargo's trailers, they do come with the double axle also, which is safer and they're lighter than a regular travel trailer and things like that. So you can get a double axle that's 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, fill it up and still be under, I got 9,500 towing capacity. I don't want to reach my full towing capacity though. I still want there to be some comfort. So I'm looking at, 45 to 5 and coming in under 7, 65 to 7. I have a dually. You can do anything you want then. You have a dually. Oh my goodness, you're gonna be able to get whatever you want, put whatever you want in it. Look at you. So I do have my idea, my concept. I've seen some great things, but also, are you gonna do anything to the outside? Or are you gonna leave? I want to put 3,500 4x4. Woo! Yeah, you can tow whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with that. I love that. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to worry. You can winch out. That's the other thing I need to put on Butterfly. Butterfly, in case you guys are wondering, is the name of my truck. Well, she's an SUV, but she heavy duty, high powered. I don't, just because it's me, I don't plan on needing to do too much, but I do plan on putting a winch on the front and the back. That way, if I get stuck, I can get myself out. Now I stay about maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes from the Utah state line. Utah is where a lot of us go, for adult playground and things. You can do off-roading, you can do mud sliding. It's a lot of mud sliding ATV. New segment, Toe Talk with I slipped into some of me and Cheryl's personal conversation stuff that we used to talk about all the time, trying to build, just towards a life that we're creating, how we wanted to have fun, how we wanted to live. But one of the things that was important to me is seeing some of this world and getting out there to kind of meet everybody. Matt, you got somewhere for me to plug my machine up if I come? Can I plug into the side of your unit or anything, or I got to go to an RV park? Those are the things that I used to always say. I'm coming to a town near you guys once I get my rig and everything set up, and I plan to visit as many people as possible and say hi. I'm gonna be flitting around like the butterfly that I am. I'm going to get a wrap and some things for outside goodies, but not all at once. See, that's what I'm wondering about also, like how I'm going to finish the outside. I do want to get a wrap, but I was thinking about putting a butterfly on the outside. Gail says, I used to live in St. George. It's like 45 minutes, I think, almost an hour. Depends, on where you stay at in Vegas. But I believe from here where I'm at, it's about 45 minutes. But yep, heading up to St. George. We're going to mesquite a lot. There's no internet connection there, but it is a beautiful area. Totally beautiful. 20K just for battery system. So I need to be sure I use what I get. Are you the solar? I'm thinking about that as well, but I know that especially those life pole batteries, getting the what do they call it? The C something. I've looked into it with the solar panel so that you could be completely off grid. Yeah, that's pricey. You can wrap like that for sure. Mine will likely be for protection over design. Uh, I've had RVers stay right next door to our house in the church parking lot. Obviously, it's not set up for that, but I have extension cords. There you go. Matt gonna roll. He gonna bring an extension cord out. Yeah, DC to DC. That's what I was thinking. Solar for DC to DC. I'm not looking at extensive, but I know the Renogy. I think they have a location here, Renogy, to where you're able to van, not SUV. No, I have a SUV. I will need to actually hook up, get a weight distribution hitch and things like that. But the goal, obviously, is that my trailer, has all of my crafting items. I do plan to have the kind of cargo trailer where the back flips down. That will become my patio because I got to have somewhere when people come and visit, we're going to hang. That's where we're going to hang. And then obviously I want to have it to where I still have a diamond painting section. I still have my clay section. And then obviously if I'm out on the patio and things, that's my cross stitch and my crochet section. So I do, the plan is underway and things like that. It's a dream that I've been realizing. You guys have heard about it over the years. If you've been following me since 2018, you definitely have heard about it over and over and over. It's getting closer, to fruition. So I'm excited. There are some like yours I have seen, and they're so nice. Yes. So I'm going to definitely, obviously I'm going to have it to where, I can utilize propane. I'm going to have it set up to where, I can plug up and things. But solar is going to be, on there. I'm looking at probably 600 watts though. I'm not trying to overkill. 600 watts of input is going to be a lot, but hopefully I'll get it on the roof to where they can rise up and then kind of lay back down. I'm not sure what that's going to look like electrically or if it'll be something that I'm just winding. I'm okay with having to do some manual work and things to keep costs low, but I know about 600 watts is going to be a lot, especially if you have like 3,000 watt system. That's still 5 hours of charging. Depends on your battery bank. That will tell you the solar that you need. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out. I've been on Renogy. I know they have one here, a site here. So I've been over there looking at Renogy a lot. And I know I'll be getting a LifePo battery, which is, lithium ion phosphate as opposed to an AGM battery. Because I hear that sometimes when you go into colder weather, I don't plan on being in cold weather for a long time, but I may be stuck for a week or two trying to, escape and things, especially if I go north to hang out with Lizzie, see Linda, and Captured by Radiance. We should chat. No AGM. I thought so. See, my studies are at least, on par. And, I sound like I'm at least looking into things because that's where I'm at too. No AGM for real. But yep, that's where I'm at. And obviously, within the next year, I will have something solidified to where, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna go 7.5 by 24. It is gonna be 24 feet long. I seen one the other day that was 28. Ooh, they had it hooked up. It was beautiful, but I still think 28 feet is kind of a lot for my vehicle. You know, I have, in case you guys are wondering, I have the Nissan Armada, the big mama with the V8 that's going to kill me at the pump, trying to come visit everybody. But yeah, and I do have the SL. So whew, I went ahead and got the big mama all-wheel drive, all everything. The only thing missing was they did have the premium, but it put in captain's chairs in the middle, and I didn't want captain's chairs in the middle. I wanted, which I'm glad that I did. So I love her. I love Butterfly. All right. Well, I've got run the gamut. We went from talking about crafts to talking about how I can travel with my crafts to come and see all of you. I definitely plan to. So if you are in somewhere, the closer I get to my dream becoming a fruition, if you guys are in an area where I could come and hook up and hang out for a couple of days and we can craft together, make sure that you guys hit me up. I already have some spots, some temporary lily pads, New Orleans, Florida, Texas, lots of places in Texas, Missouri. If I'm mentioning your state, that means I'm considering you. Michigan, a lot of places in Michigan. Canada, we sprinkled around. Canada, I probably will be there, maybe June through August when I'm visiting my Canadian loves. And that's simply because I got to get out of there before Alaska. Alaska is definitely on my list. Going to see Berta. Definitely want to get up there. Alaska is near and dear to my heart. Obviously Lisa, she stayed in Alaska and things like that. And I tried to put the dream together. And I remember getting a message from her that by the time that I'm able to get to see her, she's worried that she wouldn't be around. And so that kind of breaks my heart to kind of think about. But I will still go. I still speak to her sons. And so when I go, I do plan to see them. But Alaska is on the list as well. Other than that, it's been a great day. I thank you guys for still coming out and joining me, especially since I started a couple of hours late. My arm, I can't lift it all the way, but I am using my arm and things like that. I just fell on it and I tried to break my fall. So, it's going to take a couple of days for the muscles to kind of heal up. My butt, my left butt cheek, hip, and knee, that's where the bulk of the pain is. And I'm just trying to make sure that when I get up off, you see my bed? You should have seen me Thursday trying to get up out the bed so I could go in the restroom. Oh, it was a lot. Sure, that was AK Rose. Careful of Richter scale attacks when you visit Berta. Berta is she's on an island and things like that, and you got to fly over to see her and things like that. So I'll be waiting on Berta on the mainland. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Love you too, Gail. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, having a good time with me today. A seaplane, yeah, that's what she does. She flies on a seaplane to get over to her. She stays in it's on the tip of my tongue, but where she stays, it's an island off of not too far from Juneau. I think she said she fly into Juneau when she land and things like that. Sitka, something like that. But clearly I wouldn't be able to get my cargo over there. I have to put it on a ferry and things like that. So I would be waiting for her to come and see Sitka. That's it. I was close. I knew I would get it eventually. But other than that, thank you all, Sitka. Thank you, Matt. I was close. And I said it before you typed it in. So I feel like my mind is, it's working somewhat. But other than that, thank you all for coming out. It's been a great day. I appreciate you guys allowing me to go through my content while you guys are crafting. And hopefully you guys will be coming back this Wednesday for Hump Day happenings. Tune in to my show, Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction. Thank you for keeping me company while working. Oh, you're welcome, Denise. You all have a great rest of your Saturday, a great rest of your weekend. Bye.